And now we're looking at the final lesson, lesson 14-6. We're going to calculate federal income tax and completing the worksheet. So federal income tax expense adjustment. So what we're going to end up with is the total of the income statement credit column of $500,253.10. And then that's going to end up being less the total of the income statement debit column before federal income tax. So that's going to be subtracting $396,049.91. And what that's going to be is that's going to equal the net income before federal income tax of $104,203.19. So now we're calculating that federal income tax. And if you take a look, this is the worksheet that I would strongly suggest. It is also located in your book on page 428. Take a look at as far as that. What we have here is 15% of net income before taxes, 0 to that, tax on the first, and all these just basically come down to what exactly is going to be our tax bracket here. So recording the federal income tax adjustment, what we're going to have here is we've got our worksheet here. And the first thing is we're going to calculate the amount of federal income tax expense adjustment. So as we've taken a look with those little H's there where the ones are, is we have calculated $5,889.24 in federal income tax. And then we need to total and rule the adjustments, which we get down there, and just making sure that everything is still equaling out. And as we can see, it still does. Then we're also going to extend the account balances over into the income statement and the balance sheet. Now keep in mind with the income statement, we want those owner's equity accounts to be on there, and then the balance sheet is going to be our assets and liabilities. So now we're going to be completing a worksheet. So we take a look. We need to total the income statement, the balance sheet columns. So as we take a look, our credit and debit columns there, we'll take a look and everything's fine there. We have totaled those. Now we need to calculate and enter the net income after federal income tax. So after federal income tax, $80,313.95 is our net income. We extend that amount over to the balance sheet on that credit side, and then we calculate the column totals, which we take a look there, and we've got our income statement equal, our debits and credits are equal, as well as our balance sheet. Everything's balancing out just fine. Then we rule the double lines to show that we are finished with our totals at the bottom. And then a completed 8-column worksheet looks something like this, where we've got the trial balance, adjustments, income statement, and balance sheet all located on there. Now a 10-column worksheet, as if you take a look, we've got trial balance, adjustments, and then adjusted trial balance, and then moving into our income statement and balance sheet. So if you take a look at the trial balance, adjustments, extended adjusted balances, so we're just recalculating after our adjustments, and then total, prove, and rule down at the bottom. We extend balances over here to the income statement and balance sheet, just like usual. Calculate the net income, total, prove, and rule. And that's it for lesson 14. We'll see you at the work together.